Flosstube, welcome to Creative Whim Studio. Long time no see, right? I hope you saw my new release video that I posted on Wednesday. So it feels good to be on the other side of all of that, you know, direction writing and fully finishing and making the video. I'm on the other side of it now, so it feels really, really good. And I'm looking forward to kind of getting back in my routine this coming week. So what the heck? Monday is March 1st. What's going on? Like, I just can't believe how fast time is flying. This past week, it was pretty much just a crazy work week. I worked like 13, 14 hours a day, just trying to tie up loose ends and just being ready for Needlework Expo. And, you know, I kept putting off, I wouldn't say putting off, but like, I just kept saying, well, I know I need to get on the Needlework Expo and work on it and get familiar with it and upload my stuff. I mean, I knew that day was coming, okay, but I was so focused on just getting my directions done so Kevin could start printing things and cutting it and stuffing patterns and, you know, making sure we had inventory. And then, of course, next thing was to fully finish everything so I could do my video and send everything out to the shops, you know, all the emails to the shops. So I was just laser focused on that. And Janice, who's putting on the Needlework Expo, contacts me and she says, you haven't done anything on your page yet, and I don't know, when they go to sync it with something else, if you haven't like registered your page or your booth, it could be like it might not sync over to the other thing. And then, you know, anyways, I like dropped, thank God I saw her email about, no, it was a voicemail. I'm sorry, it was a voicemail she left me. God love her, she had to track me down. And I mean, the things I had to do, I had to drop everything and do them right then, because this was Wednesday and Thursday was when everything, you know, like she was gonna have the program printed or something, and I didn't have anything filled out in my booth. So I'm so sorry, Janice. I apologized up and down to her. I felt terrible. But it's just been crazy. So anyway, I have everything, not everything, but I mean, I have all the things I needed to get done for the Needlework Expo done. And then Monday, I'm spending time getting all my pictures uploaded for my new releases and just getting familiar with, because there's like lots of videos to watch on, like, I don't know how to take an order through this thing. I guess I just thought people would tell me what they wanted. I would write it down and send them a PayPal invoice. That's how I pictured it happening, but evidently they can actually fill out an order right there online while I'm with them. So I don't know. There's just a big learning curve, and I need to spend some time figuring that out. And Kevin's like, well, yeah, you do, because you need to teach me, because I have a wedding shower on Sunday that I RSVP'd and said I would be there, and it's a very close friend of mine, and it's her daughter, and we can't go to the wedding because it's our nephew's, the same day as our nephew's wedding. So I'm like, well, I really need to go to the shower since I can't go to the wedding. So Kevin will be on his own that Sunday for a few hours running the booth. And so anyways, we got our work cut out for us to figure this whole thing out. And then what else other than, you know, our regular with our grandkids on Thursday. Last week, it's so funny week to week. So not this past week, but the week before. Ellery, like, she couldn't wait to get to our house. She didn't want to leave. She just, when she got there, she ran and hugged me, and it was just awesome. And I said to Kevin, I said, but you know, like after they left and everything, I said, but you never know what next week will bring. She was not in a good mood. when she got to our house. She was very clingy to her mom. She really didn't want anything to do with me. She was just combative about everything. Didn't want to eat, didn't want to do this, didn't, you know, and then when she'd get mad, she'd throw things. I had to put her in timeout, and then she would cry and scream at the top of her lungs, and we would tell her, please do not scream. It was tough for a little bit, but then once she got in the swing of things and we played, and I tend to put her in timeout and just ignore her, because like when she's upset, like, you know, she's only 2. I mean, she'll be 3 in May, but she's, okay, so she's almost 3. But when little kids are upset, you can't reason with them. You know, you just gotta let them work through their emotions. And then afterwards is when when she can get out of the chair, then I'll say, okay, Ellery, do you know why Grandma put you in timeout? Yeah, because you're mean. And no, she doesn't say that. No, I'm waiting for her to say that, but she doesn't say that. But anyways, it's fun. I'm telling you what, like you guys, a lot of you commented because I put a little Let It Go concert at the end of my video last week, because even Easton's getting into it. Well, I had to take Alexa away this time because Easton kept going over to it and turning it up full blast. And I'd have to get up, I go turn it back down. I say, Easton, do not touch this. And I would be doing something, and he would go over there. It's so funny. He'd go over there and he'd look, and if I'm looking at him, he'd turn around, he'd go, hey, and he'd run off and do his thing. But if I wasn't looking, he would turn it up, and and by the time I realized he turned it up and I'd look, he's already walking away from it. So anyway, I told him, if you touch it one more time, I'm done. Okay, there went all of my Dames of the Needle haul. All over the floor. Good golly. So anyways, I had to put Alexa away because, I mean, he was cranking it. The boy was jamming and singing. They were both singing at the top of their lungs. It was pretty darn cute. Announcements. Okay, so I put the January, 1st of February, whatever, my previous release, I have those in my Etsy shop now. I completely forgot to put them in my Etsy shop. I always give my shops, you know, 3 to 4 weeks leeway, I guess you could say, because I want them to sell them. But there are people that like to, you know, that don't have an LNS and they want to buy from me on Etsy. And so someone messaged me, when are you going to put your January releases on Etsy? So anyway, that's done. And I want to apologize to whoever's comment I deleted. There was somebody on my last video, my last Flosstube video, that was a, what do you call it? Not a spammer. Maybe it's a spammer or a creeper or a troll. I don't know. They have so many nicknames. But, and so I was deleting this person's comment. Well, I was doing it on my phone, and it's so little, and my fingers are, you know, anyway, I accidentally deleted a real legit comment. And if it was you, I don't know if you get a notification that says your comment was deleted. Oh my gosh. If you did get that notification, trust me, it was an accident. I was trying to delete a troll's comment. I will have a link down below in the description box where you can go and look at all the supply lists for all my new releases. That's something I'm going to do from now on. On my website, teresakogut.com, in the top of the menu bar, it will say supply list for new releases. When you hover over that, a drop down menu will pop up, or a pop-up menu, whatever you call it. And it says March 2021. So every release I have will be listed on there. Click on it, and then you'll see the back page of all my new releases that has the linen, how much of the linen I used, and what flosses I used for each. Okay, so so that art heart that I showed you guys last week, and I said I only have a 17, they sold out like so fast. When Demdeco emailed me and said they were discontinuing some products, they gave me how many they had left. And I thought it was 130. Well, evidently I'm a little dyslexic because it's 310. So I had 40 on, I have 40 more on order. But just to let you know, Kevin, when we sold out of them, he's kind of new, you know, on Etsy and getting the hang of things. Well, he went in and relisted it and put that we had more. And I said, well, you can't do that until I get them in. I said, yeah, I have 40 on order, but what if they're delayed in shipping? What if the order gets lost? Whatever, you know. So he oversold them by like 3, I think. And and he sold the one that I was doing for the giveaway. So when the 40 come in, I will pull one out for the giveaway. Too funny. Okay, I only had one question this week, and I didn't even remember to write the person's name down. But she asked, when or if are you going to make Soul Sisters into a cross stitch chart? Yes, ma'am, I am, and I'm gonna do it pretty soon. It'll probably be a May release because so many people are asking, like, commenting about it. I can't wait till this, because I mentioned in my release video that I would make it into cross stitch, so a lot of people were commenting. I can't wait till that's a cross stitch, and it will be a small quick stitch for you. I'll probably put a pattern on the dress so it's not just, you know, a boring little stitch. Depends. I'm going to make it fairly small, probably about the size that the punch needle was, so it'll be a nice quick stitch, and it will be so fun. And I'll give you the whole alphabet so that you can have your initials and your Soul Sisters initials in there. So look for that hopefully in May. Whips. Okay, so for CW Live, remember I showed you this last week and I told you it was going to be totally different because I was very unhappy with how it was left last week. Now I'm in love with it. The only thing I have left to do is to put the verse, the scripture on here. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. I'm going to paint that on there, and then it's done. But I love the color changes. The background being black makes all the colors pop. I had a lot of turquoise in there, and I took, like, these tails were turquoise, and I made them cream, and I put some white, like, little marks in there for feathers, and added detail. I lightened up that yellow. All the yellow you see was more of a rich, deep gold, kind of bright gold, and I made it more of a buttery yellow, which I love so much, and I think these colors work really nicely together. So I can't wait to get that verse in there and have this done Pennsylvania Dutch style. I love Pennsylvania Dutch, as you all know. Okay, so my angel, Bridget is her name, and I'm going to look her up, and I'll put a link in the description box below about her, because it's Saint Bridget, okay? Well, this isn't Saint Bridget because this is an angel, but it's in kind of in honor of her, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, oh, my dog's leash is on this painting. For What You Paint Wednesday, I worked on her. Now, for What You Paint Wednesday, it's a social gathering. You know what I mean? I mean, we're painting and we're doing stuff, but we're visiting. Kristen and I are visiting and catching up with each other, as well as visiting with everyone that's on the live and talking with them. So there's a lot of distractions going on, and I don't always make the best choices as far as, isn't that funny, make the best choices after last week's word was choices. Anyway, and I needed to lighten her skin tone, okay? So because she's an Irish angel, she's got the red hair, the green eyes, and her skin tone was like really tan, and I'm like, no. I need to lighten her up. I lightened her up so much now, she almost looks like a ghost. And I'm getting like too tight with my painting. My brush strokes are not nice and loose. And then I worked on her hair a little bit too. I love her hair. I put a little bit more red in her hair instead of the magenta. Oh, and her eyebrows were black, and I made those red. So that looks a little more realistic. But she's starting to get a little ghostly. So I'm going to work on her. Before What You Paint Wednesday, I'm going to do some work on her and just play. I want to do some collage. I want to add collage on here. I want to do a lot of layering and texturing, but I can't focus when I'm doing What You Paint Wednesday. I can focus if I'm doing detail work and stuff like that, but I want to play around with it. So what I decided to do, because I know people on What You Paint Wednesday are going to say, oh, you changed it and we didn't get to see it. So I'm going to record myself doing all the changes to this, And then I will post it so that on my art channel, so that the folks that want to see how I made those changes can see it. So she's coming along. Her face is, I think, very beautiful, but it's just like I said, it's getting a little bit too stagnant and too, just like too rigid. Brigid's getting too rigid. I need to loosen up on my brush strokes. So, but I did work on her a little bit last week. As far as my needlework whips, I didn't stitch at all because I just got done telling you how busy it was last week getting everything finalized and done for the new release, okay? I am working on a punch needle, 4-part designs that is a folk star design. It's like quilt blocks, quilt stars. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be fantastic. I cannot wait. They're doing chair pads, 2x3 foot rugs, 4x5 or 4x6 foot rugs, runners. They're doing a hooked rug bench, pillows, chair pads, I forgot to mention. They're doing all of that. And I got to get this thing punched, and it's a fairly big one, and I didn't work on it at all last week. And I think he wanted it by the end of February. So tomorrow, Sunday, I will just sit and punch and relax. Yeah. I got some dusting to do. You know, I like a clean house. My house is clean. Like, we clean the house before the grandkids come. So Thursday morning is our house cleaning day. Kevin does sweeps and mops the floors. I do all the bathrooms and pick all, you know, do all the like putting stuff away and organizing and all that. So we tag team it, which is awesome. But I haven't dusted in a while. And in the winter, you know, with the furnace, it's like, it's looking pretty bad up there right now. And I'm like, okay, Sunday when we get home from church and grocery store, I got to do some dusting. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to pause this because I had some people send in their finishes, but I don't have it with me, so hold on. First we have Mary Kunkel Goodnow. She stitched Curious Bunny on 40 count celery. She used silk from her stash, and she didn't have enough for the entire bunny, so she gave the little bunny a pink belly. How cute is that? She also wanted to mention that this cute little Curious Bunny will live at the Cross Stitch Cupboard in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Very cute, love it. And then we have Sarah Goodman. She stitched fresh eggs from my Cross Stitch Celebrate book, and she said that she used Lady Dot Creates Mini Pom Pom. The fabric behind the piece is an old Park Designs bed quilt. She put chicken wire over that fabric, and then she added some primitive sprigs and a little styrofoam speckled egg, and then a pewter star on top. The house frame is from Hobby Lobby. She mentioned that her and her husband took a trip to Key West, and they were surprised at the roosters and chickens running amok, and they cackled and crowed day and night. She said, "Thank you for this design. It will forever spark memories of that trip." Thank you so much, Sarah and Mary, for sending in your finished pieces to me to share with everyone here on my Flosstube channel. I really appreciate it. And I just love seeing you guys' finishes. So if you have a finished piece of my design, that doesn't make sense. If you have one of my designs all fully finished and you want to share it here on Flosstube, please email me at teresakogut3@gmail.com and I will share it next week. So there you go. All right, we're moving on to haul, y'all. I have so much haul. It was a good haul week. So let's get started on that. All right, so I had to pick up my Dames of the Needle box. I actually have more coming from her. She had to dye some stuff for me. Okay. I have lots of finishing supplies now, and I'm super excited about it. I don't know if this has what color this is. Uh-oh. So I bought finishing velvet. And I don't have her invoice right here. that says what this is. Okay, well, oh, it's right here. My bad. Oh, good Lord. It says my favorite teddy bear. This is her fabric, or her velvet. And this is like a yard of it. So I have a ton. And look at how cool it is. It's so old and vintage looking. I love it. Love it. Elizabeth, you are amazing. I also got some Sweeney Red velvet. Won't that be cool to make some hearts? You know how I have the star line in it, but the star one is all Christmas. Well, I'm doing a heart series of ornaments as well. I just started to design those, and it's all going to be quotes about love and, you know, just maybe a heart that might just have a design on it with a bird or something like that. So anyways, this velvet would be awesome for finishing those hearts. Okay, Sweeney Red, and this is 36 count. So I used Sweeney Red on my cow, the Moo the Merrier, and I didn't have much left on it, and I think I mentioned this during my release video, so I'm going to mention it now. So this is part of the Moo the Merrier. I explained it already. I'm sure by now you guys are sick of hearing it because we're all talking about it. But this, for me, is the first of probably 6. I'm going to do I already have designed, because I designed this for another company way back, probably 4 years ago. But I've got a cow, I've got a chicken, a sheep, and a pig. And I'm going to add a donkey and a goat to that. So they're all going to be this cute small size, so you can do them all individually and make them into, wouldn't they be cute little pillows in a little dough bowl? Or they're all going to be the same size, so you can stitch them next to each other and make it one piece, however you want to do it. Or you can stitch them in a long up and down piece. So I didn't mention that before, and I wanted to let you guys know that that's going to be a continuing series. Okay, this is Americana froth velvet. Look at that color. It's hard to explain what this color is. It's kind of like, over here is a lot of gray, and then there's this kind of rose color going through it, but it is fabulous. So that will match all kinds of different things. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Then I've got Peeps Lost Sheep linen. This is 40 count. This is so pretty. What I love about this is it's like a grayish green. I mean, it really is not showing up well, is it? Maybe if I cover the entire screen, the color will be more accurate. No, not doing much for this, but it's gorgeous. Let me just tell you, I would say at first glance, you'd say it's gray, but if you put it up to another gray, I think it would take on a green cast, which I'll do that in a minute because I have some other fabric that is gray. All right, and then I bought all kinds of finishing, like this old copper penny. I used that on this, and it matched absolutely perfectly. This came in like the day before I was finishing stuff, so I was really glad that my order came. And can I just tell you guys what I did? All right, see these mini pom-poms up here? Look how nice and fluffy they are. Okay, see these down here, how much smaller they are? Well, I was using my heat gun to get rid of the little strings that you get when you do hot glue, and I got too close and I kind of fried these ones. So just a word of warning, if you get too close with your heat gun, what is that stupid thing called? When I said hot tool, that's my curling iron. It's a brand name. I got confused. Okay, so anyway, I got tons of pom-pom. Grunge, I use grunge all the time. Obviously, noir, black, use it all the time, so I got a bunch of that. Dames of the Needle. I'll link her below. Faded Colonial Blue. I love that because it's really not blue. It's like it's just a grungy grayish color. Oh, I love her stuff. Then we got Barely There. I got a couple of those. Scorched Linen. I use Scorched Linen a lot. Yep, I got 2 of them. Another grunge. Another grunge. Rusted Sand. That's a nice one for Halloween. What is this one? Ooh, look at that one for Halloween. Nag's Head. Yeah. Oh, I got a couple of those. Look at that nice orange. Another Scorched Linen. Another Old Copper Penny. Oh, I love this. Merlin's Magic. Perfect for Americana. Look at that nice gray blue. Rusted Sand. I don't know if I mentioned that one. Yep, Faded Colonial Blue. Already showed that. NYX Coat. This is a good Rusty Red. I got a couple of those. Canned Pumpkin. It really does look like the color of canned pumpkin, doesn't it? Isn't that incredible? She nailed it. It's so blurry. Now, I'm almost done with it and I'm going to get this thing out. My bad. I should have been using that the whole time. Doesn't that look like canned pumpkin? And then Rusted Sand. That's nice. It's a little bit more peachy, but I think for spring and like bunny designs, that's a really good one. It's so sunny here today, you guys. It feels like spring the last few, well, most of this week actually, and the snow's melting and it's awesome. I'm gonna keep that grayish green out so I can compare it to this other one I got. Okay, then I have a 1, 2, 3 stitch order and I got some needles. I got some Bowen 26, John James 26, and Pat Carson 26. So I'm excited to use. I just need to figure out which one I like the best. The one I have now, I don't know, it seems too short to me. And I kind of struggle with it. Okay, also from 1, 2, 3 Stitch, a bunch of Zweigart fabrics. This is 40 count platinum. Perfect for samplers. 40 count mallow. This one's got a little gray tinge to it, and I love, this one is nice and thick. It feels kind of stiff. Then we've got light mocha from Zweigart. Oh, I feel a sampler coming on. Look at that color, guys. This is Zweigart Country Mocha. Look at the modeling on that. Ooh. I feel like I'm at the fireworks show. And then we've got Flax. This is Zweigart. So all these were from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. So if you look at, that's kind of a nice gray, light gray. See how green this looks next to it? And then I've got a couple small pieces of Confederate gray that I got from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. That is Weeks Dye Works. So you can compare that too. So this is the more of a brown gray. This is more of a green gray. Oh, I love all these colors. Will be great for samplers. I also got from Weeks, because I placed an order with Weeks a long time ago, for some linen, and they were out of 40 count. So they said, well, we'll just send them when they come in. So I am pleased to say I got 40 count, and then this is the color linen. Get it? And it says hot. If there's a little mark, they put this hot on there, which is not a big deal. You just don't use that part. Look how pretty that is. It's just a nice, it's kind of got a peachy tint to it a little bit. I don't know how good these are showing up. I'll know more when I actually edit the video. And then this one is, oh, this is another piece of linen, 40 count, the color linen from Weeks. So pretty. Great for samplers. I'm telling you guys, I love all the cross stitch designs I do, obviously, or I wouldn't do them, right? But I really love doing the samplers. And then I got a big piece of Weeks Dye Works beige, and it's like a gray, a warm gray, beige brownish color. Oh god, it depends on the light you're looking, how you're looking at it. But yeah, I guess it's definitely not gray. If I held it up to Confederate gray, you can tell it's definitely more of a brown. But love, love, love. Then, remember I told you that I finally went through my releases, and then I make a list of all the classic color works that I used in my models, and they replace the floss for me. So thank you so much, Classic Colorworks. I so appreciate you, and I absolutely love your beautiful colors. Look at that eye candy, y'all. So these were colors that I used in the 2020, basically, of Classic Colorworks. They're so gorgeous, and I definitely will be using them again. Is that blue corn? Blue corn. Oh, how I love you, blue corn. That was a hard one to get for a while. There's all kinds of noises going on outside. I don't have a clue what that's all about. Okay. Also, my soul sister Kristen Alexander of Shabby Perceptions, she's my Witch Painting Wednesday buddy. So this actually came up when I was teaching CW Live, because Kristen's in that too. But she doesn't always come to class. Being my soul sister, she doesn't have to pay for the class. She's just there to visit if she wants to. So anyway, I believe it was Chris Williams brought up, because we're talking about adding texture to our paintings and stuff. And Chris said, have you ever used a layering block? So Chris Williams, she works for Plaid Craft Paint Company. So she does demos and things at their conventions, and she teaches classes on painting and stuff using the Plaid products. So anyway, folk art paints in that's part of Plaid. You can see right here. She was telling us about this layering block. And so while I'm teaching class, Kristen's like, I just ordered us one, Teresa. So that came this week. But look what it does. You basically run it across put paint on the bottom of it, and you drag it across your painting, and it gives a super prim, chippy paint look. So I can't wait to try that. That just came a couple days ago. Now, last but not least, I found this person on Etsy. I will go ahead and, oh, I don't have the invoice with this. I think his name is Rick. Yes, his name is Rick. That's all I can tell you. I think his shop is like Rick's Vintage, something like that. I am a sucker for antique postcards, and whenever I go antiquing, I always look for antique postcards, because if you can find a Halloween one with a decent price tag, you got to get it. Halloween is more difficult to find than Christmas, but I want to show you what I got from him, and I absolutely love every one of them, and he even gave me a couple free ones. I'm going to show you the free ones he gave me first. And how I found him, I was actually on Pinterest. And one of his postcards, I just searched antique or vintage postcards, and one of his postcards came up and I clicked on it, and it was his Etsy shop, and I bought the Santa postcard I was looking at that I absolutely loved. So these were the 2 freebies he threw in for me. Aren't they cute? And like this one, self-explanatory. This one, like, I want to know, what's that all about? Like, this little guy, there's a little chair back there like a king would sit on. Look at his little feet. I don't know, it amuses me. I love old vintage artwork. But that's the Easter card, obviously. Whoops. And, you know, they say, I mean, they're legit. I was worried that, you know, maybe these were just reproductions, but there's like handwriting on the back and messages on most of these postcards. Some of them actually have a date stamp on them. Okay. So the one that caught my eye, that took me to his shop, was this Santa one, and I am so happy that I got this one. Now, I have resketched it. I put a Santa in there, like with my own style Santa, but I just loved this thing around him. I love that he had white gloves on. Like, I've never seen a Santa with white gloves. I love the holly and the trees and all this white, like, fern kind of looking thing, or it kind of looks like frost. It says, Kris Kringle is coming, for Christmas is here. He's loaded with presents for all, far and near. May he for you too have of gifts a good share. Dispel from your home all worry and care. So I'm going to chart that with my own take on the Santa. It's not going to say best Christmas wishes. It's just, I have the little saying here. I already drew it up because I love it so much. And on this one, yeah, this one's got the date stamp, 1914. Miss Lillian Dapper, Magnolia, Delaware. It says, meet me at Dover Thursday. I think the what? I think the something gets there around, oh, the train. I think the train gets there around 12 o'clock. With best wishes for a very Merry Christmas, Irene. Don't you love that? 1914, y'all. 1 cent stamp. It's like owning a little piece of history. I just love it. And then I fell in love with this Santa guy. I love this just blank sky over here. And the composition is amazing. I absolutely love this. And then on the back, this one is 1908. Then I saw Abe Lincoln and I was like, okay, Abe, you got to come home with me. Look at that piece. Oh my gosh, is that not gorgeous? It says, from the humblest origin, by zeal and personal worth, he reached the highest pinnacle of fame. His name will ever shine preeminently in history as the champion of liberty. Abraham Lincoln, the martyred president. Is that gorgeous? So pretty. And on the back, it says 1910 Lincoln Patriotic Flag Memorial. It says Valentine's greetings, Mrs. something Brand. Super cool. I don't know, how did anything get anywhere with that writing? Like, I mean, seriously, look at that. It's too funny. And again, a 1 cent stamp. Then, okay, have you ever seen, I don't know, what's the date on this one? Okay, this one doesn't have a date on it. Printed in Germany, though. A Joyous Christmas. Have you ever seen Mary in such beautiful clothing? She has the most beautiful, like, there's stars, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's silver, like, glitter, shiny, not glitter, but like, what do you call that? Metallic, thank you. Metallic. I know you guys were shouting it out, so I must have heard you. But there's metallic around the border. There's metallic in her dress and her halo. It's stunning. While we were on Christmas, this one on the back, there's a lot of writing on the back of this one, but I can't read it. It's in a different language. This one says 1950. And it's the manger scene. This one has metallic on it as well. I don't know if you can tell, but it's really pretty. Let's see if there's a date on this one. Nope, printed in Germany with German writing on it. I have no idea what it says, but look at that. Oh, Jesus, it's beautiful. Isn't that just beautiful? This is, let's see. I can't read it. But this is printed in Italy. Milano. But this is a Leonardo da Vinci, The Last Supper, but it's just focused on Jesus in this one. Isn't that gorgeous? It looks so old-timey. So that's it for my haul, you guys. I'm so excited about these postcards. I have quite a collection. I've collected them over the years, and I have some pretty neat ones that maybe someday we can do a little flip through on those as well. You know what I should do is I should put them in a book of some sorts to keep them protected. That was my haul. That's pretty good, wasn't it? Okay, so our giveaway. Oh, plans. This is my plan. I'm going to get back to painting in the morning. I have to finish up my Needlework Expo booth. And then on Thursday at 6 p.m., they're doing like a dry run. You know, it'll be live. And we're going to kind of go over the whole thing. So that'll be interesting. I'm a little bit nervous just because it's all new technology to me. And I think for everybody. Stitch my 20 to 25 stitches a day. I want to get back into that, doing that at night. I have to finish that punch needle for Park and then continue my Whimsy 365 sketches. I've been posting in my Instagram stories some little sketches here and there that I've been designing and sketching and having a ball with that. So I'm going to just continue all of those things. And then the giveaway. Last week you had to say choices, you know, make good choices. I loved all your comments, so thank you for that. So you had to say choices and you got to win one of those Demdeco art hearts with my artwork on it. So I'm going to insert the YouTube random comment picker here. All right, so the keyword was choices. Let's see who wins. Congratulations, Rose Marill. She said, "Oh my gosh, that heart would make the perfect graduation gift for my stepdaughter. Sometimes it is difficult to make the right choices." Congratulations, Rose. If you could email me at teresakogut3@gmail.com, I will get your art heart out to you as soon as I get them in stock again. My apologies that my husband sold the prize this week. Hey, stuff happens, right? Okay, so this week we have our God is Love angel. You are a miracle. Think about all the million things that had to happen to create you. Let that sink in for a minute. I mean, if you go back and think about all the things that had to happen, like look at your ancestry, like those two people had to meet and have kids, then they grew up and they had, you know, like people had to meet each other and get married and have kids, and then that, you know, and then your parents met. So then you think about, so all these circumstances had to happen for all these people to meet, to build this family, to finally get it to where it's your parents. Then they had to meet, they had to fall in love. And then this might be a little graphic, but like of all the little spermies and all the little eggs, they had to meet. And then all the miracle of when those two things connect and a baby starts growing inside. You know what I mean? Think about all the things and circumstances and serendipity and all of that had to happen for you to be born. So, you know, God doesn't make mistakes. Everyone was born for a reason and for a purpose, and keep that in the foremost of your mind, that you are here for a reason. And all those things, I mean, obviously you're here for a reason. All those things happened so that you could be born. So, it's so deep and so cool. If you just really stop and think about it, it'll blow your mind. You have to say, I am a miracle, in order to be entered into this week's drawing. And whoever wins gets to pick one of my new releases. So that's it. I actually remembered this time to say the key phrase or word. So I'm improving, guys. Anyways, thanks for being here. I so appreciate you guys spending your time with me, listening to me ramble on, and I just couldn't be more pleased and more happy. And I guess that's it. Don't forget, guys, create every day. Bye. That one? She's as tall as you are. Look at that angel way over there.
What?
Go over by the door. See that angel next to the door?
Right here?
Yeah, that's a big one, huh?
Look, it's a little one, baby.
You know who that is?
Yeah.
That's Mary, Jesus, and Joseph. Someday you can come and down here and paint with Grandma. Bobby, careful! What are you doing? That's the Holy Family. That's Mary, and that's baby Jesus. Aww, you kissing baby Jesus. Aww, that's so sweet.
She's a little baby.
Jesus is a little baby.
What her doing?
She's cuddling with him.
I like her too.
Yeah. Not much back in there.
Look. Next one.
Oh, there's a fly in Teeny's water. Bug. I think Teeny needs clean water, don't you?
Look.
No bugs in the studio. Right?
Yeah, come on.
Getting you?
Man, you're in the
He's gonna get you.
So this is not funny anymore.
Look, he's trying to get over to me.
Oh, you're scared?
Oh, he's getting you. He's getting you.
He's gonna eat you.
Oh, he looks scared, babe. He's actually scared.
Thank you.